Good morning, travel buddies. Today, on day 39, we're leaving the beautiful port of Valdez and heading towards the Matanuska Glacier.
On this travel day, we make some fun stops along the way and kind of prep ourselves for the next grand adventure.
Thanks for joining us, and our adventure begins now. Hey everybody! Well, we're on the road again. We're leaving Valdez. We're gonna stop by the Solomon fish hatchery, see if anything's happening there on the way out, and I guess heading up north, going towards Anchorage. Here we are, we're on the other side, the opposite of where we were staying. Zoom in right here. That is actually the port where we took the boat out on our cruises and where we were staying. That's actually Valdez, and we're on the opposite side of the port where the oil refineries are.
Looks like a pretty interesting converted RV vehicle here. From Germany or something. Or no, it's from the UK, it looks like. Yeah. The fish hatchery, I guess, huh? This is to restrict fish movement. You can adjust it up and down and to block or to allow access across the river here. A lot of birds by the. Yeah, they probably like all the fish, you think? This is kind of where some of the magic happens. When it is time. Said this is the largest single species fish hatchery in North America. Yeah, I can imagine in the salmon season, all kinds of bears up here on the area and everything.
Sea lions.
Sea lions, yep. Probably be a real popular little area of where all the salmon are fighting to get up there, huh?
All the salmon are going to come up this river when it's time for spawning, and they're going to go all the way up river, but they won't be able to go further up river because of this wall, this weir they call it, that blocks them from going further, which forces them to the left, which is a fish ladder that comes all the way up to this big spawning. I'm guessing this is the spawning area where they come back and they lay their eggs.
And they then, when they're spawned and the eggs hatch, I guess there's millions of them, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. They say they release.
And then they release them back out into the river.
They release them back out. They keep them for about a year, and then they release them. And then for the coho, they keep them for 2 years and then release them
Oh, okay.
into back into the ocean to start the cycle all over again.
And they're supposed to have some really fun bears and
Bears,
sea lions up in this area
and eagles,
because they're all loving all the salmon that are coming back. Or
once they lay their eggs, they die.
Yeah.
So they got
yeah.
that got some pickings.
So this is probably a pretty fun place in late July and August.
Yes. It would be. So it looks like, well, in 2020, they released 257.8 million juvenile salmon.
Wow. That's a lot of fishies.
Yeah. I mean, they started out with just releasing a small amount. What was it? First return about 95,000. That was back in the 80s, but now they're releasing millions.
257 million. Wow.
0.8 million.
Quarter of a billion fish. Little fish coming out of here.
Yeah.
Quite the endeavor.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It definitely helps the fishing industry, all the fishermen to fish the salmon.
Yeah.
And,
well, hello, pretty bird.
it's really strange. They said to be able to recognize which ones are from the hatchery, they actually tattoo them at their incubation or their growing stage. Like, they tattoo them with little syringes.
And they can tell which hatchery all the salmon are from with the tattoo. Yeah. So we're gonna try
We found some Tillamook yogurt. We like Tillamook cheese and beef jerky.
We did
ice cream.
We did a Tillamook tour one time at their factory in Oregon, and it was so much fun. So if you're ever in the Oregon coast area and you see the chance to go tour the Tillamook cheese factory,
it's
really
fun. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. And we kind of like their cheese and ice cream now too.
Yeah.
So we found it's a boysen Marionberry yogurt. It's let's give it a try here. That's good. Very
stuff.
creamy. Not too sweet.
A lot of daisies on the road, on the side of the road. It's got these beautiful waterfalls all up and down the road on the way out of Valdez. Wow, those are gorgeous. Look at the view of that one. This is probably one of my favorite gorges in the whole area. It's just so beautiful, just carved out of the rock. So moist and green and pretty, got the water rushing by. So beautiful. So this is a hand-cut tunnel they were starting in 1806? 1906. But then they never finished it because of some kind of problem.
There's, I guess, some companies fighting over the rights to run the railroad here to some copper mine.
Yeah.
And there was a gun battle and stuff. And
wild. Pretty crazy.
All that's left of it.
Yeah. Really interesting. So they got through the other side. They were doing it all by hand, but didn't ever finish and start using it. That's a lot of work.
Yep, a lot of work. A lot of manpower.
Yeah. We are in the clouds at the top of the Thompson Pass. And there's literally a cloud kind of floating by. We are right up at the top. wild landscape through here. This is the pan that we're gonna cook some of our Alaskan halibut that we just caught this weekend, so that'll be fun. Are you interested in the fishies? Yeah, we're cooking some fishies. Gonna eat some Alaskan halibut that we caught this weekend in the Gulf of Alaska, next to this beautiful Alaskan stream and glacier. Got some yummy poutine and fresh caught halibut and delicious asparagus, ready for our Alaska lunch. Okay, we got our Alaska lunch ready. What do you say?
Yeah, looks really good. Kind of looks a little Canadian as well.
Yeah, we got poutine with there.
Poutine.
Tried to get a good sear on the halibut.
Yep.
Kind of a blackened style halibut.
That was really good.
Tastes pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty. Got a little bit of everything in there. Got some asparagus. Got some poutine from Canada that we made ourselves. Cheese curds and potatoes, and of course, looks pretty good.
Very yummy.
Nothing but the best for you, my dear.
Is that so? Well, thank you.
Construction is a way of life on Alaska roads. It might just be me, but driving behind this truck with this pole pointed at our Class A giant windshield makes me nervous. Grand view. Looks like a nice place. Actually does have a pretty grand view.
Yeah, that's it.
That's yours. Okay.
Yeah, let's cover.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Okay, then enjoy.
Okay, so which side? Or
12. 12. Yeah. Okay, that's
Oh. Well, that's a pretty view out the RV park here. It's really nice. Mountains. And the weather really changed nice. Grand View Cafe and Restaurant RV Park. Really nice mountains in all directions, really. This is to the back of us. It's pretty crazy. Good job, Mita. You did good today. Good job of driving us. Got lots of dusty dirt on the back there. Doing pretty good. It's a pretty little front entrance to the restaurant here at the RV park.
All right, we're gonna try this Alaskan hard seltzer. And they say it's brewed with Sitka spruce tips. So we've seen that a lot.
I think.
It's pretty good, yeah. I mean, I like it. It says it's a cherry grapefruit. Not too strong, it's very light. I'm not much of a bubbly person, but if I was a bubbly person, this would probably be really good.
You know, it's not too heavy on the carbonation, which is nice.
No, not too heavy, and it's not sweet, really. It's very refreshing.
Yeah. And can you taste the spruce tips?
I don't know if I can taste the spruce tips. Can you taste the spruce tips?
I don't know if I could pick them out, but I know that you've been wanting to try. Well, you did try the spruce tips.
I picked one off and ate it.
Very tree tasting.
Very tree tasting. Yeah. They seem to like to do things with spruce tips.
So these are Nancy's homemade wontons, or little dumplings that she makes homemade. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a try.
And maybe if we're lucky, we'll get Nancy to tell us her story of how she's running this Alaska cafe out here on the way to between Anchorage and Valdez
Glen Allen.
and Glen Allen.
Yeah, I guess Glen Allen and Anchorage.
So, and it's such a pretty area,
It's on the
but
Glen Highway.
yeah. This is the Nancy dumplings, homemade by Nancy, the owner. Those are good. Those are really good.
Yep.
Here's Bob Ross, kind of a painting of mountain and clouds and trees. Yeah, pretty when the sun's shining like that and brighting, making the mountains look pretty. Well, I don't think the sun ever goes down, but it goes around, and it's about time to probably call it a night. So I think we got some
ready to wind down.
Wind down time. And
I think we have a Sunday video to get out, and Monday.
We do.
Sunday or Monday.
We do.
So,
and we probably have to get inside before the mosquitoes
start eating us.
Start eating us up. So, hope you have a great evening, and we'll see you tomorrow on the journey.
Good night.
Good night.